And now for a look at news from around the world, we turn to Lee Seung-jae, who's joining us from our Arirang newsroom. Good morning, Seung-jae.
Good morning, guys.
So let's start in Cuba today. Scores of anti-government protesters there are facing time behind bars.
That's right. So Cuba said Wednesday that it sentenced upwards of 100 protesters in Havana to between 4 to 30 years in prison for island-wide demonstrations last July. The two-day protest from July 11 to the 12th saw thousands take to the streets in towns and cities throughout Cuba, with many furious over shortages of food, medicine, and electricity. The protests also came at a time when COVID-19 cases were soaring in the country. However, human rights groups, the U.S. government, as well as the EU have said that the trials lack transparency and due process, and that the long prison sentences handed down were disproportionate to the crimes committed. Sentiments also shared by the families of those convicted.
They are putting them in jail for many years for throwing a stone when there have been people here who have killed human beings, whose sentences have been for 7, 8, 9 years, while they have been sentenced to serve the maximum for throwing a stone.
Now, the government argued that the throwing of stones and bottles at officials and the police landed the protesters the long sentences.